Thousands of students seeking to join universities are expressing fears of being locked out of higher education fund due to their lack of identification cards. The students who are yet to receive their IDs say that the application process that requires them to input their ID numbers on the portal is complicating their applications. However, the Higher Education Loans Board, that is HELB, says underage applicants will still be able to access scholarships, but will wait for the loans until when they attain the age of 18. Brenda Wanga has more.
15 days to go before the higher education funding portal closes, and tens of students gather at the HELB headquarters in Nairobi. They're here to seek help with the number of challenges that they have been facing in trying to access the higher education funds.
Sasa HELB chenye inafanya nimetik both the loan and the scholarship. Sasa loan ndo imeenda, scholarship bad. Sasa and scholarship ndo ina to take 93%.
You cannot access the portal any time of the day. You must sit up to late night, maybe from 12 to 3, because during the day there are many people accessing the portal. And after the applications, when you submit your profiles, when you save, it does not go to the next step.
Access to the portal and swift execution of the application process aren't the only bottleneck the hundreds of thousands of applicants are facing in trying to access government funding for higher education. Some of the students hoping to join university and TVETs do not have identity cards on account of their age and are facing the very real possibility of missing out on the loans for the first semester or year of their study. Purity Kangai is here to plead her daughter's case.
Akona waiting card na tukijaribu help without ID atusaidiki. So tukaona tukuje hapa tuone kama tutapata government sponsorship.
Purity's case isn't isolated. In Kisii, another family is facing the same predicament. Their son, John Kerage, aged 17, is in tears as he watches his dreams of studying clinical medicine fade away. His family cannot afford to raise the 360,000 shillings per year that the course costs and had pledged their hopes on accessing the loans and scholarship from government to finance his studies. But those hopes are almost getting shattered at the very start of the application process on the portal. The lack of a national ID has locked him out of the 19-stage application process.
I'm supposed to report on the 28th next week, but due to challenges, I don't know if I'll be able to report by that date because the fees are high and my parents are really struggling.
The Higher Education Loans Board, however, says no student, lack of ID notwithstanding, will be locked out of accessing government funding. The agency's CEO, Charles Ringera, says those likely to be affected are not more than 1,000 students.
There were 2,200 who were underage then. Between this January and to date, majority of them have already taken their IDs, and we're estimating that number to have gone down to about 1,000 of them.
This group of students are eligible for both loans and scholarship. They will, however, access the scholarships first.
Now, the scholarship will then be released to the university upon them reporting to the university. The loan component, which is entitled to the category that they belong to, will then be held back until they supply the ID card. We know most of them are having actually the waiting card, but until that ID is available on IPRS, then it is not possible for the loan contract to come out.
According to HELB, the universities have been instructed not to turn the affected students away when they report on account of the withheld loans. Close to 60,000 applications for loans and scholarship have been received via the financing portal so far out of the 280,000 who are placed in universities and TVETs. HELB says it hasn't achieved the critical mass required to start categorization of the applicants into the 4 bands of vulnerable, extremely needy, needy, and less needy to determine the level of funding each will get. Brenda Wanga, Citizen TV, Nairobi.